Welcome to Claire in Line. Thank you for joining me for another episode. Today, I'd like to talk about perfect inner coach. So, first of all, what's perfect? Perfect. No. I'm not talking about we need to be perfect. In fact, being perfect is a very difficult task and it's a very difficult role you put yourself into. So I'm not talking about you being perfect. Perfect is an acronym I use for the inner coach. Actually, they first began the perfect team, which I created back to 2002 or maybe 2003. And I have since used perfect acronym for all of my other works, like Live Perfect Now, Perfect Life, Living Perfect Day. And today, I'd like to talk about perfect inner coach. So, what's perfect inner coach? Can we be our own coach? Yes, I think I do believe there are certain ability in ourselves which is not awakening yet, and we would like to be able to really having a goal to activate and to awaken. We would like perfect inner coach help us to focus on how we can improve our life, live the life we want, and live our dream and fulfill our vision. So perfect inner coach will help you, and including myself, to continue to work effectively, work smart in what we so to being able to awaken our inner coach. There are a few attributes, skill set, or attitude we do need to have and we can focus on. So now let's talk about what is perfect inner coach. P is being purposeful. What does that mean, being purposeful? When we work on any projects or anything we want to change, transform, it is very, very important having a foundation of having a purpose in our life. Why are we doing this? So for instance, why am I recording this? What was my purpose of doing this? Why am I taking the action instead of lying on the couch and watching my TV or trace my drama? Why am I sitting here recording this? My purpose was to and is to being able to continue to inspire myself and inspire others to improve and change, transform their life in a more effective way. And that comes to our next E, P-E-E as effective. So what does effective mean? Being as part of inner coach. As an inner coach, effectiveness is so important. Being effective means we have the plan and we have a structure that can help us. And of course, we also have the tools we can actually apply, we can use, we can maximize our ability and really working on our strengths to work things in a more effective way. So I constantly keep thinking about how can I improve this, and instead of doing this in 10 minutes, could I actually improve and to achieve it in 5 minutes? If I take this time just daydreaming, could that be more effective for me? And of course, there's more things you can do to be effective. One of the books I really enjoy reading, and this is my big reading again this year, is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I strongly recommend this book. There's a lot of good tools to use from there. So that's E, being effective. Now R, I have been learning how to reprogram my subconscious mind, change my thoughts in the last 10 years. And I must say I really enjoyed the transformation and the reward and the shift I have experiencing. However, maybe a lot of people still don't know how to do that yet. In the past, You might hear people saying, oh, just think about positive thoughts. Sometimes it's not enough. We really need to go down to under the iceberg, that what is exactly contribute to our thoughts, our habits, or even our action. And reprogram is really important for me as an inner coach, and that is something I would like to share with you in other video clip. And also, R could also mean being resourceful. So what does being resourceful mean? What I mean is, first of all, it's really important to find out what you have. That means your strengths. If you can, and just start with what you have first. For instance, this couple of weeks I've been staying home. I think a lot of people also doing the same thing, staying at home and really trying to do their best to help the community to come back to a healthier state, or to a state that everybody is more calm and more relaxed. They can start socializing again. So what does that mean, being resourceful? For instance, if you don't have a printer at home, can you just do a screenshot? And or if you don't have a certain thing, let's say if you don't have a book you want to read, you can't borrow from the library, well, could you just go and find out from your own library what you already have and reread that and see what you get out from there? A lot of time we bought a book, just flip through. If you don't take any action on those books, on any other book, then unless there's novel and some fictions books you're reading, if you don't take any action or even just one small change in any book you read, then pretty much you wasted hours reading that. So what is that one book you can find in your library, what you already have? You can take it out and reread again, being resourceful. Or there are many other YouTube videos to teach you the things you need and you can do at home at this moment. So that's what I mean by being resourceful. Okay. F, being flexible. Okay, now what it means by flexible. I like to quote what Tony Robbins said. Stay committed to your decisions and stay flexible in your approaches. I find it really true. Sometimes we could be in our very tunnel vision. We can't really see what is possible. And we don't normally take a look what we can do to achieve the same thing or get to the same destination in different way. If there's a roadblock in this street, maybe it's time to think about, I can walk the other side. I can go around and take other routes. As long as I am certain where I'm going, there are different approaches. There can be flexible how we want to achieve things. And what that also can help us when we're being flexible in our approaches, we can be more relaxed because there is always other solution we definitely can find. May not be instantaneously, but there's always other way we can approach the things and to achieve what we want. Okay, so what is E? The second E being? Second E, I would say, is being empowering. An inner coach has the ability to empower oneself or empowering others. So how do you empower yourself? In my approach, I do catch my negative thoughts quite often now. If I hear myself silently, oh, I just hate myself. Why am I so stupid? Why am I so silly? Well, first thing to empower yourself is catch that thought. Catch the thought, catch the negative thoughts, catch the negative judgment you have to yourself. So what is the constructive change or feedback I could give to myself? For instance, if I say, I just hate myself, well, what is that? We are in the time more and more with the social media, we are judging ourselves so hardly I don't see what's the point for that. However, if you can catch your thoughts, I hate myself, so what can I do? Can change that. What can I do? What's a small step I can do to help myself to like myself, or at least don't hate myself? What is that one small step I can change, or what's the thoughts I can change to shift that? And being empowering also means constant learning and educate yourself. When we learn, we grow. When we grow, we have more strength, and that is truly a way to empower ourselves. And having a positive thinking, empower ourselves by learning and also reframe our mindset. If you have a negative mind, always complaining and making excuse, you're not empowering yourself because you just don't believe what you can do. Like Henry Ford said, if you believe you can, you can. If you believe you can't, you can't. That's what it is, isn't it? So reframe your mind is also very important to empower yourself. And most of all, I think nowadays people are being very harsh, and especially being so many things. We are in such a fast pace, could sometimes be really hard to ourselves. So being able to have ability to be compassionate to ourselves, to be empathetic and listen to our own needs, that's also the way to empower ourselves. That is what inner coach will do. Empowering. What's this? So C, creative, being C. So what does a creative mean? I still like to call the feedback I got from my ex-team member a long time ago. Think outside the box. That's what being creative is. They say you can see a lot of those creative things you can see from the kids. They can just be so happy playing with the pens and pots and pans and hitting on that. You don't really need to have a very expensive drumming kits to perform your music. You can use what you have and think differently. Or you can be creative by making some drawings. Or another way to be creative is to try the creative writing. Just let your soul come true in any way you like. It could just be 3 minutes, 5 minutes a day. Just let your soul come true. Let that creative thinking flow fluently. Doesn't need to think too much, and let your intuitive self unveiling to you by doing creative writing or creative thinking. Okay, now comes to T. What is T? Of course, an inner coach must be able to take actions. Without taking actions, none of your plans, none of your vision or your dream can come true. Once you have the plan, you know your purpose, and you have a structure, you have a plan, then you make a preparation, you've been resourceful, you need to take actions. So, one more time, take actions. How can we take actions? The first important thing is, when you have a big project you want to do or you have to complete, it's very important to not to overwhelm yourself with all the big pie, trying to eat the one pie all at once. It's really good to break it down to small parts or small steps. Just start with something first, and that would be really helpful. Well, at least that's for me, breaking things down. I remember one of my mandala teachers, she was really good, and I learned this from her. There were times she has 5 minutes before she starts her workshop, and she starts tidying up her storage. She said, you can do a lot of things in 5 minutes. And I thought that was so inspiring, because I was, that takes 10 minutes, that takes so long. So I end up not doing many things. Now I'm thinking about, okay, what can I do in 5 minutes? You can even write post note, just think about what quick actions you can do in 5 minutes. write as many as possible what you can do in 5 minutes. And I think you can also apply Mel Robbins' approach, 5-second rules. She counts 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and she takes actions. You can go to her YouTube clip. She had a TED talk that was very good talk. I would suggest, if you have time, take a listen. I really like that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take action, any action, and it's been useful and helpful to me. Of course, there's sometimes I'm still being lazy, but bearing that in mind, that is already very helpful. And do time to time, when you practice more, you will be able to take actions and effortlessly. So what else? There are tomato clock. You can do the 25 minutes project and take 5 minutes rest and really focus on this. That's how you can take actions as well. So that's it for Perfect Inner Coach. P being purposeful, E being effective, R being reprogram, resourceful, F being flexible, E being empowering, C being creative, T take actions. Very good. So don't forget to awaken your inner coach. Just go through the list and work on what's really important to you and what you can change just like that. Take actions and make a positive change in this challenging time. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.